Angela, my
No,
sweet Angie, how are you?
doing good. Making it through, pushing
Ma-
through. Doing okay.
Making it through. And so you are all the way on the West Coast.
Yes, in Washington, Seattle, Washington, close to there, 20 minutes out.
hmm Do you miss home?
I do. It's crazy because I just had a conversation with my fiance this morning, and it was kind of emotional because I was like, "Oh, I'm in this like COVID burnout or kind of restless state of this whole year." So we're talking about family, and yeah, I miss them a lot. I miss them a whole lot.
And then when is the last time you've been home?
Woo! I haven't been back since I left Milwaukee, which was last year, like February. So February of 2019, right, is when I left.
Oh,
hmm
and you haven't been back since.
Have not been back since. It's like, oh my gosh, I feel like it's crazy. We never expected this year to be like this. Like I thought I'd see my mom again, because we have the baby and all that. So it was like, yeah, they're gonna come visit. Da da da. You have so many other plans, but
hmm
that wasn't God's plan. So
Yeah, so it's been pretty hectic with this transition in all of our lives
right.
as we are living in these times of the pandemic. So
hmm
how has things changed for you?
There's a lot that has changed. Towards the end of last year, I had a baby. I also got engaged at the beginning of this year. So
Okay, stop.
okay.
Hold on a second. You got two major things that happen in your life. Congratulations. I'm
Thank
so excited about that. When
you.
I got the news, I was like, yes, 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 yes. I was too geeked up. I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, you did. You called it. You called it. So you were one of those people that ahead of time, I think in 2018 or 17, something like that, you told me that certain things were going to happen. So, yeah.
And how are you feeling?
I feel good. I feel like I handled it better than I thought. That transition, like you're in it and you're like, okay, going with the flow, it's happening.
Mm-hmm.
So, as a person who kind of freaks out sometimes about things, I feel like I handled it as best as I could have.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it went so fast, I didn't have time to really react to everything.
Yeah.
Now is the time to slow down and be like, okay, this is happening. We have a baby, we're engaged. It's like now it's like that slow down. Let's really
Like
enjoy.
processing everything that happened. But
Yeah,
I mean, there was good things that happened.
it
So,
was great. Yeah, great
yeah.
things happened. I definitely can't complain. It's been a nice transition. I prayed about that transition in my life for a while, and it happened really quickly. So
Mhm.
yeah.
So with that, and now, going back to we are in this pandemic, like what does that look like for you and your family?
Um,
The
at,
changes.
right. At first, it was like, well, definitely overall a blessing because we have been able to be home with her, the baby portion of it, for her first year of life. So that's been a big blessing that usually that doesn't happen. I would go back to work. He would be at work. He's working from home. So that's been the biggest blessing out of the whole thing is that we're here, we're home with her, able to take care of her,
hmm
saving money. So that's been great. On the other hand, being an engaged couple in a pandemic and being home together all the time, 24/7, that has been an adjustment. Definitely learned a lot about each other, a lot about ourselves. So I think it's been hard at times, but it's been beneficial as we like take this journey to getting married.
hmm
'Cause you don't have this kind of time usually. You're dating and you get engaged and life is going with all these different distractions. We just haven't had those distractions. So you see the person for who they are. You see all the stuff, and you have to work through it.
hmm
I would say there's been a blessing with being with Farah this whole time, but also challenging with the relationship and dealing with things and getting to know one another in this space. Because it can be a lot.
Yeah. But and where you live, I mean, it's beautiful out there. My brother actually lives out there as well.
Right, right.
Um, he's in the Navy. And so you get to like explore the beautiful scenery, these walks. Like I'm jealous of you. I always tell you, like, I'm jealous of you that you get to have all of those beautiful sightseeing experiences. So, how often do you and your crew do that?
Well, we try to do at least once a month, more if we can. Still trying to be safe, still trying to go outdoors. It's getting cold now, so we just got to bundle up. So it's a little different. Summer was a little bit more easier, but it's been fun. We try to do at least once a month something outdoor. Um, and there's a million different parks that you can go to out here. And so we have the little carrier, we take the baby and we just head out and try to really enjoy everything. There's that we're in the best city as far as scenery is concerned and getting outside, which is pretty much all you can do right now.
Yeah.
So it's been, yeah, that's also been a blessing to be somewhere where there's
So,
things.
how have people in your city, how have they been handling the pandemic? Like, what do you see?
I think our city, Washington Washington in general, and then our county, King County, has been really good and cautious about everything. Our governor, they've been making sure they shut everything down at first. We took a while to open back up, so I think they're taking it very seriously here. People wearing their masks. When I go anywhere, grocery store, out, everybody has a mask on. Usually, there might be one or two people without, but everyone seems to be following the rules here, which I appreciate. Yeah, it's a very outdoorsy city or state, so I think that that's just the norm for people to be out and about outside, and enjoying that. So that's still possible, but I think definitely in a place where they're following the rules, people are abiding by the rules here, and I think
That's good. So
yeah.
you don't have to deal with any like foolishness.
No,
Yeah.
we haven't experienced that. Maybe in certain areas because we're kind of far out, a little bit out of the city of Seattle, like down in that area. So if we were in more of a congested place, maybe we would see more stuff. But I definitely think that the leadership here is like serious about COVID and they're not playing that. So they put a lot of rules in place for sure.
So how have you been managing your friendships? Like, I know, you and I, we try to keep in touch or the way that we keep in touch. How do you manage your relationships? Last time I was there, we tried to link up. We couldn't link up.
Yeah. So we were talking about this too, that as you get older, you have to put a lot of effort into maintaining your relationships, really making sure you're in touch with people, calling people and all that kind of stuff. So it's been a challenge because of the fact that everyone is getting older and going through life changes. So I just have to make an effort at it. Like you said, like try to reach out, call. I know I missed you while you were here. I was like, dang, I wish you would.
No, I missed you too. I'm like, man, we was gonna have our girls' time.
No, and I was telling you, I was in that time of needing the mom's
Yeah.
needed some time away. So yeah, but it's definitely an effort. I try to make sure I call on the weekends, like reach out to my friends in different places, but you have to make it a priority. Be like, look, these are people that are important to me, so I need to reach out when I can. Because everybody's busy. Everybody's busy. That's never an excuse. We all have stuff going on. So yeah, just definitely making it a priority.
And that's a lot to manage because it's like, you've been a new mom,
Yes.
Engaged. So you're managing those two. And then, you want to make sure you maintain your friendship. So then you can have an outlet for when you're not mommying, and when you want to get away from hubby.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's true. Yeah, it's definitely have been a transition and trying to make sure that I also do what I need to do, but not forget that I have friends, I have family, I have a social circle that I need to keep in touch with. Because once this thing's all over and we're able to connect, I don't want to be just pop back up like, hey girl, like where were you,
Right.
And I think our friends and family, they need us right now. Everyone needs each other right now. This is a very important time. So I tell Steph, I'm like, I need to call my mom today, or I take that time away to make those phone calls, and he's understanding of that. And also with the baby too, I feel like I try to set, even with her, I'll be with her playing and stuff, and I'll call a friend or something like that. So I fit it in where I can for sure. Yeah.
So I know that like this is a new journey for you with motherhood, but you're a mom, like all other moms,
No, it's crazy.
like how is that how is that going? And like what tips do you have for mommies during this time to make sure like you're present, with your child, you're attentive, making sure they have what they need, but then making sure you balance out and have your time so then you can still be what you need to be for them.
Hmm. First off, people don't tell you, I guess you don't know motherhood until you experience it. Like you have in your mind, like, this is what kind of mom I want to be. This is my example I've had. But until it happens, you don't know like the amount of selflessness that you have to be a mom. And it's definitely grown me as a person, and to be accountable for someone else and like put all my energy into someone else and not at all think about me has been a challenge sometimes. So being a new mom, I'm still learning. I'm still growing and still learning how to manage that. And then now I'm in this stage of managing the time that I need for myself, but also with her. So not
Mm-hmm.
neglecting Angela, but also being there for Farah. So advice, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm
Yeah.
not even.
Like, what do you think, like, from a seasoned mom or from your
Yeah.
mom, like women close to you or anyone, like, what do you think that you have kind of like taken and you've added to your journey thus far?
Hmm. Well, I guess I had a really great mom, and I think I've taken the fact of investing and the quality time that it takes for you to be a mom. You have to spend time with your child. You can't just put the TV on. My mom spent a lot of time with me, my dad too, but that was like important, that quality time, really investing the emotional investment as she gets older, asking how she's doing, whatever, things like that. So I think I really pull from that
Mm-hmm.
is spending the time, really plugging in, really engaging in what she's doing and all that kind of stuff. Because they notice, even she's a toddler now, but at that age, they notice when you're not paying attention. When I'm on my phone, she's like,
Like
in her
looking at you, like, what's
like,
up?
what you doing? Right.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm here. So they know when you're not engaged. So I think that is important. And that's something that I learned from my mom, is to always be engaged as much as you can, because you have other obligations too, but be
Mm-hmm.
engaged with your kids. So,
So, have you been doing anything new
mhm.
since in the pandemic? Have you added anything new in your life?
I'm taking a class right now just to expand, because I feel like I wasn't expanding my brain, like thinking different things. So I'm taking a negotiation class. So that's
Mm.
great, just to kind of expand my mind, think about other things, learn something new. It can help me when I start working again.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something new I've added, which has been great. Other than that, I feel like I've been walking. Take walks a lot.
I've been walking too. That's something new that I've added. Like I
Yeah,
do yoga, you
right.
know, but I've been walking
Yeah, it's something that I
and it
never really
helps.
did. Yes, it does. It really helps, because it doesn't feel like you're exercising, but you are. Because you're kind of at your own pace, and you're looking
Mhm.
around and whatever. So that's been great. It's helped me to just stay active, keep my body moving. Farah enjoys it because she can get out and get some fresh air too. So
Mhm.
yeah, those have been probably the two things that I've added in.
And so when did you start your negotiation class?
I started that. Oh, I want to say it's week 4 for me. So it's a self-guided, you can do it at your own pace kind of thing. It's 9 weeks. And then now I'm at the point where we actually have to negotiate with other people. So
Hmm.
you get graded on, like, you video it, you send it out. They, kind of like
That's
test or.
interesting though. Like what made you choose that particular class?
No, because I'm in product development, apparel industry. And so I
Mhm.
was talking to my mentor. I have a mentor, and I was asking her, what skills are important for me to get to this like next level. And I told her I've never had negotiation. I'm seeing that on a lot of like job postings. And
Mhm.
that's important to have as negotiation skills. So I said, okay. So that was kind of the reason why, just because I'm not getting it anywhere else. So I chose that one.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Yeah.
so happy for you.
Thanks, girl. I'm like, thanks.
Things have just shifted. But in a very good way.
Yes,
Yeah.
very good way. I guess you have your, like I said, you have your way of how you think things are going to go. You're like, okay, this is blah, 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 but life and, God, all of that really has its own way of working itself out. So I think this needed to happen for me personally, way, based on my apprehension and, sometimes my fear of transition in life. So I think that the way that my transition happened was the right way for me personally.
Yeah, it worked out for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So well, I'm truly happy for you. As girlfriends, I remember talks we've had, just about everything in life. And so you are really living your dreams and what you want to do. And so that's exciting to see as a friend. So in that, like, how do you look at things now? Like, how would you define fulfillment?
Well, first of all, fulfillment, let me just start here. I think sometimes you think when you get engaged or have like a partner in your life, they are a part of your fulfillment. And in a way that they are an addition to your life, and they're supposed to make it better. But I've realized that part of my life is not really my biggest fulfillment. The fact that I'm engaged and all of that is great, but it really didn't fulfill me the way that I thought it would. I think more so now fulfillment is just being mentally healthy. I think just being happy, choosing to be happy every day, waking up like, I'm going to have a good day, blah, blah, blah. I think that is really, from this whole experience, that has been my fulfillment, is just being mentally okay, mentally healthy, choosing to be happy, and really cherishing those around me has bubbled up to the top,
Yeah, because it definitely is a choice.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. And so then in choosing to be happy, there's so many distractions. How do you silence the voices of the world? The voices of the world, like, okay, you should love like this, you should mommy like this, you should do that. Like, how do you silence those voices and do what Angela wants to do?
I think I'm still working on that. I'm still working on a strategy on how to choose happiness every day and what that looks like for me. But I will say social media, sometimes you have to cut it. You have to, because I feel like that voice is the loudest because we're home. So we're on social media. So I feel like taking that time sometimes to put your phone down, to kind of maybe read a book, do something that you go internal. It makes you kind of go into yourself, read a book, pray, whatever, meditate, whatever you do. Those types of things allows you to listen to your own voice and understand what makes you happy for real.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah,
so definitely.
Doing those things are important.
Okay. And do you have any like advice for us as we continue to journey through this pandemic? Because we're not sure when it's going to be over, but we have a new normal. Life is just new for us. Like, so as women, like, what should we be doing? What's something besides doing that inner work?
That's crazy it's crazy that we're having this conversation today, because I dealt with like a whole mental thing this morning. So it's nice to talk. I would say maybe, well, for me, I'll just say my personal thing. Getting a hobby, putting yourself into something that you're interested in, like fully, whatever that is, dance, working out, crafting, painting, whatever that is. I think it's a good time to just really pour yourself into what you enjoy doing and making it a consistent thing, making it consistent in your life. Because like you said, we don't know when this is done. So continuing to grow in that area of whatever you're interested in, I feel like would be it'll be a nice distraction now. And then when we come out of this, you'll have a new skill.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of, because that's kind of what I need to do, or I need to add something else to my plate that I enjoy doing so that I can emotionally get through this time. So
Yeah.
that would be my advice. I don't know if that.
I feel you. I totally agree.